Welcome to the Hole in the Wall Business Podcast with Bill and James. I'm James Groves, and along with my business partner, Bill Dement, we want to share our journey as small business owners with you. As owners of Hole in the Wall drywall repair, we will attempt to peel back the curtain of owning a small business in the trade service industry and talk about the many adventures of owning a small business. Good morning, everybody. This is a special episode of Hole in the Wall Business Podcast today. We are without Bill today. This is a strange one for us, but Bill's son, David, is graduating high school, and Bill had to be doing high school graduation things. So, Bill, shout out to you and David. Congratulations on the new graduate, future Hole in the Wall employee. But today is very special because I have my amazing friends, Trish Murphy and Tyler Specht. So we're going to do an impromptu podcast with three of us. Obviously, those who have heard the podcast understand and know who you guys are. Trish Murphy, founder, extraordinaire person, creator of the you're the
Marketing Smarty
Pants. I'm looking at SquidCrate man here. So Marketing Smarty Pants. Trish does all of our social media, all of our marketing. I've basically hired her as my chief marketing officer, and she's here with us. And then Tyler Specht of SquidCrate. Welcome, Tyler. He does all of our videos and helps us collaborate. And so it's kind of fun. We're all here together without Bill, but we'll be okay. We'll be all right. Welcome.
I love the spontaneity of this.
I know. It's like, hey, we're all together.
Let's do it.
Let's do a podcast.
Bill's not here.
And I don't know if you've ever noted, James, but we actually we live under the same roof.
We absolutely do. We have quite the little co-op we've built here. Those who don't know, we are building a training facility in the warehouse behind us, but we acquired another warehouse space, Unit 58 in our warehousing complex. We lovingly dubbed this the Studio 58 complex, and plenty of room for additions. So we've moved Trish Murphy here with Marketing Smarty Pants. She's like literally on the outside. Her and her team live here. And I've got a beautiful warehouse. That's a great sound stage that Tyler is now using for all of his videos and all of our new training stuff. So that's kind of fun. You've been a part of our company for a while, but being able to be in the same building under the same roof, at least it's some fun things.
It's cool. It feels really good. Mm-hmm. The collaboration's great. It's nice to have an office to come to. It's great to have a place to have, clients meet me at that's not a coffee shop or, So no, it's really good. And I like that when Tyler's not here, I can use his studio for yoga.
Yeah, we got a couch recently, and it's been a hot spot for naps.
Yeah.
Bill keeps asking for throw cushions.
That's true.
Level up his nap a little bit.
How about the blanket?
Yeah.
It's very fun. Well, what's neat is because my office actually is not here in this room, although I spend a lot of my time in this podcast studio. But being able to have this space here, so multiple meetings, this podcast room is turned into, the meeting space. We're building a conference room, obviously, but this is a nice, more intimate space. Lighting's kind of nice.
I was about to say the no overhead lighting draws everyone in.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we can do things like this. But I work from here, even though my office is, a few doors down. I work from here a lot because I'm doing a lot of production stuff. And so poor Trish, she's on the other side of this window. And I'm like, hey, Trish, what about? So...
Yeah, you keep saying that your office isn't here, but I don't know if I believe you. I feel like this has become your new office and your new favorite place to be. And I think I have a lot to do with that. I think it's
because you're here.
Trish and I are here.
Absolutely. And over there, I can put all my garbage, things that I want to keep, but I don't want to have displayed. I throw it in that office. So this office has, all the fun stuff. This is the lighting. I got the swag and the little bourbon decanter and... It's comfortable.
It's a lot of bottle of wine over there, buddy.
Yeah, apparently someone left me a gift.
A lot of wine.
And so it's a nice spot. Of course, got my big speakers here, so I'm doing production stuff. I can have some good volume, but it's it's neat. I remember just the other day you were out there doing something, and I was in here in a meeting, and you just kind of came in and asked me a question. So the collaboration that we're gathering, just with even the three of us being in this room, I think is pretty fun.
Yeah, I love it because, like you were saying, Tyler, it's lonely at the top. Being a business owner is super lonely. You can't complain to your clients or your customers. You can't complain to your employees. And even if you're a sole proprietor, there's literally nobody to complain to. Your friends probably don't understand. Your family freaks them out if you complain because they're like, oh no. is the business going to go belly up? So it really is lonely at the top, but it's nice to have access to business owners that are like-minded, understand my business, understand the value that we provide, and can offer in context feedback and advice when I'm stuck.
And a lot of our clients are our friends, people that we do work with. But even when we're not, we're able to like bounce kind of ideas off of each other. There's a synergy that happens when you can be near other like-minded people.
Yeah,
it's fun.
And I really like we've passed the we have to be nice to each other phase, right? You initially meet someone, you're like, oh, that idea is cool, and it sucks. We're past that. It's really nice to be able to come in and get honest feedback on the wild ideas I may have sometimes and get reined in a little bit. And it's not anything that's a false facade. That's just making me feel nice. So it has definitely been a nice change.
Yeah. So selfishly, I love having you guys here because I'm very selfish in this a little bit. But I had a meeting. Will was on the podcast just a couple weeks ago. He's our new franchise consultant guy who's helping us sell franchises. And we're going over like franchise ideas and things. And we want to redo a few things on the website, and we want to kind of tweak some things. And so Trish is in the meeting, Will's here, Bill and I are here. And it's like, I need a video idea. And we literally just was able to say, hey, Tyler, can you come here a second? And then out of nowhere, unplanned meeting, we were able to bring you in, and and we bounced all these ideas around. You took some notes, and now you're off making scripts and stuff for us for the next video. Just because you all were here. Like even the meeting with Will was kind of an impromptu. You happened to be in the building the same time that we were here, and we were able to kind of get things together pretty fast. So
yeah,
I like that synergy.
Yeah, the speed has definitely been really nice, not having to wait for emails back. Obviously, it's a thin line to tote, right? We're all here, but that doesn't mean we're all free.
Right.
So being able to understand like, hey, I do have free time for this right now versus actually I don't is really cool that we're not at least yet, overstepping those bounds. But things like that with the podcast with Will, I was able to come in, get feedback right away that wouldn't have been the same feedback over an email.
No.
Share my ideas right away. Get some shot down, some brought up, and now moving in the right direction a lot quicker rather than a week.
Yeah. I mean, during COVID, we were all Zooming everywhere. It was horrible. So it's almost like we're tiptoeing back into the real world where we're able to collaborate kind of face-to-face together. Because when you're small, when you're starting out, you're meeting in coffee shops and working from your house, and you're working from your house. And, we started Hole in the Wall in Bill's bedroom office, years ago. And so the next evolution of your growth is to have a home. But it's like, why would you want to have a space that you're by yourself?
Right. This
allows you guys. So as we grow, you guys are growing. I like seeing it because when you're doing a meeting with one of our mutual friends, and it's kind of neat because we get to hang on to that.
I think it's cool when someone comes in to see you guys. You're like, oh, Trish is here. Oh, Tyler's here. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. And
Yeah, I've definitely been digging the random head popping through the door like, hey,
yeah,
I love your space. I was like, oh, you're here. It's a little popping brightness in the day. And
yeah, it's
definitely
really cool.
And we're still building the space out. I mean, the kitchenette's coming in. Hopefully next week or so we'll get the refrigerator and the sinks and stuff so we can actually not have to walk all the way down the hall for a bottle of water. And, the yoga space is going to be built. And
it's coming along. Yeah.
We're going to build some good set pieces out there. We were just talking how to build some podcast set pieces. You guys got some fun stuff coming up in the near future.
Yep. We're working on some art. We're all going to display around the office collaboratively.
Yep. I think it's going to be kind of neat when it's all said and done. And then, of course, right behind us is the new training facility. So what I really dig about this whole thing, obviously the collaboration is great, but it really makes giving tours special.
Right.
Like I love bringing people down here. And when you're here, I'm like, I don't mean to be rude, Trish, but we're going to walk in and give a tour. It's so cool just to be able to say, here's our marketing team, and here's my video team, and hey, come look at our new studio, and hey, look at our new soundstage, and hey, let's go to our training facility. And I walk them back into our new training lab and a conference room. Those are, I'm again selfish, but I'm pretty excited.
And with just a 2-minute heads up before you do that tour, I will pull up your website and your social media on my
that's a good idea.
my monitors. I was working on your stuff right this moment. What a coincidence!
We should look like a code word. I'll just text you, peaches or something, and you just boom. I'll text you my logo, and you'll know we're on the way.
Oh, let's pull up his stuff. I'm working on his stuff right now.
It's like when the cops go down, the ghetto, and they have those whistle calls that The cops are coming.
Yep.
James is on tour.
The
James is making
keywords.
a tour.
Pull up the most recent hole in the wall video.
Have it playing.
Have it playing at max volume. You can't ignore it. We're
Through
getting
the
an
studio
impression.
speakers. Dun, 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 dun. We should do that.
It might send some questions on how anyone gets any work done here, but
I question that a lot, but we seem to get some work done somehow.
you're allowed
I
to
work
have
till
fun.
midnight most days, so that's how I get stuff done.
I'll stop coming in so often.
No, it's not you. Trust me, it is not you.
There's so much activity that happens in the drywall office, right? So there's technicians and there's phones are ringing and there's so much stuff. In the podcast studio, it used to be there. And my estimator, God bless him, he's got a loud voice. And so Mike Tercey, shout out to you. But when he would walk in the office and if he had something to say, he would say it. And there are times that we would be in studio trying to record and we would hear him in the background kind of talking. So having this little more isolation from the hustle and bustle is kind of fun. But yet it's still close enough that we're still in reach for sure. I hear them banging.
I was going to say.
They're building.
Yes.
If you hear banging, they're building our stuff in the back there. So
Yeah, like clockwork. You talk about how we're isolated and it's quieter, and then bam, bam.
compressor goes up. They're texturing all the rooms back there now. So.
Well, it's not as bad as when the aluminum guys next door are sawing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in a warehouse complex where there's multiple businesses, and there's aluminum repair screen, people, and when they cut that metal, it's a hefty noise.
It just adds to the ambiance. We're in a business space. It's industrial. It's expected. We'll be all right.
Ready to start your own business? How would you like a jumpstart? Hole-in-the-Wall Drywall Repair is now offering franchise opportunities for strong entrepreneurs. When you franchise with Hole-in-the-Wall, we help you get up, running, and ready to start generating revenue fast. You get access to our comprehensive training program, continued support, and our proven business model that has allowed us to experience explosive growth. Achieve financial success while providing a valuable service to your community. Take the first steps towards achieving your entrepreneurial dreams. Go to holeinthewallfranchising.com.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what's you guys going on. We're talking about hole in the wall and our stuff, but what's kind of some new projects and new fun things? Any new insights you have in your business, Trish, that you want to bring up and talk about? You're allowed to.
Am I allowed to? There's some secret stuff going on. We say this often as a business owner. It's hard to work on your own stuff, right? So I've forced myself to work on our own stuff. So I'm working on rebuilding our website, redesigning that. We're working on some new copy, adjusting some things to our brand. Not a major overhaul, but there's some things I want to adjust in the color palette and change some fonts a little bit. The look and feel will be very similar. So I'm forcing myself to do that. By the way, I don't get paid for those hours, but so it's very difficult to make myself do that. But I've committed myself to do it, and I've told a couple of people. So I'm holding myself accountable to friends, and they're reaching out, and I'm reaching out. And so I'm on the hook.
Well, the marketing person sometimes fails to work on their own marketing and their own brand. So listen, in my house, I have a lovely house, but I've got cracks and seam pops in my ceiling now. And I sit in my living room and I look up and I'm like, well, someday I'll get to that. For Bill's house, when he was here, when a few years ago, his ceiling was trashed. Like he had this nasty popcorn ceiling, and it was a beautiful old house, but had 4 kids living in it somewhere in town. But he never had a chance to work on his own house, and so we said, we're working on your house. We took a week and we just cleared out his house, and we scraped the ceiling and fixed all the issues and painted it and got him a nice new knockdown texture. So you do have to take the time to work on you because your brand is pretty key.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes me think of when I first met you, James. I had just recently purchased a home. And one of the first things I did was remove all the popcorn ceiling on my own, as not a popcorn ceiling remover, drywall guy at all.
Fun, isn't it?
I had a little ambition, and you taught me very quickly the N95 mask everyone used to wear. I wore during that process. They don't work with beards.
Nope.
And I got pretty sick after that. So it was a really quick explanation, not only on the work itself, but the side effect of not doing it right, of what you did, and it helped me understand a little better. And I thought that was a really fun.
We love homeowners that do their own projects because we call them rescue jobs. And a lot of times it's the husband that tries something and the wife calls for the rescue.
Right.
But popcorn removal is one of those topics that they watch a lot of, Joanna Gaines online, on TV and TLC, and they all, hey, here's a great tip. Just knock your popcorn down and you got yourself a beautiful ceiling. It's like, just because you pull up your rug doesn't mean you're going to have oak hardwood floors.
Right. Yeah.
It's the same way. And one of the things we teach our crew is that there's a difference between a homeowner and a business owner, a professional, because a homeowner says, I won't make a mess, and they don't put down enough tarps and they don't wear enough protective equipment. But as a professional, we know we're going to make a mess.
Right.
So we have to cover. We have to make sure it's dialed in. And popcorn is very invasive. That stuff gets in the air, and you don't know what you're scraping. You know how old it is, what you're scraping. And we have air purifiers we run on our things. So most people would have stopped, and then we do rescues. We come in, to the rescue.
Yeah, I got sick.
Yeah.
There's still dust. It's been almost 2 years since that, and there is still dust I'm finding from that specifically. So yeah, I can attest.
I'm sorry for your loss.
That's okay.
Next time.
Yeah, I got through it.
You got through it.
It would have looked better if you guys did it for sure. There's definitely a test room.
Yeah.
That shows. But
my advice, if you want to do it on your own to people, do a room. Like just do a bedroom you're not in and try it. And if you don't like it, pull the plug, call a professional. With us, if not us, somebody.
I can't imagine anybody would like doing their own popcorn ceiling scraping at home.
I think that the first part of it, super satisfying. The actual work to make it look good and finish the job is the worst thing I've ever done. It sucks. The scraping of the popcorn, it comes off in a strip. It's real nice. You get real excited and motivated.
Lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky, as long as it's not painted or anything like that. But then the sanding part, the worst.
So I hear Tyler saying he is open to being trained to be a technician and could occasionally help you with a popcorn removal job.
Looking for some side work?
I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
If you want training, I got a training lab right over.
Oh, yeah. It looks like it's almost built all the way.
It is. It's almost done. By the time this airs, it'll probably be done.
Oh, wow.
I can't wait for our first franchise class to come in and just unveil.
So who gets to knock the holes in the wall?
I called dibs on punching holes through the wall.
I know we
That's
might
what I
need to
wanna
do a
know.
drawing, like a raffle.
Yeah, a lotto.
Like a lottery.
We should do one of the spin wheels and just have everyone's name on it. Whoever gets to go punch, or just start a side business, rage room. Have people pay to come in, punch
there you
holes in the
go.
wall.
Rage room.
Rage room.
$5 a punch. I like it. So Tyler, you're growing. Obviously, nice new space here. How's your business growing? What's your new plans?
Yeah, so I'm Trish and I had a conversation a little bit ago, and we're kind of in the same boat on self-focus. It's really easy to focus on your clients, put the clients first. Clients pay the immediate bills. But as we discussed earlier, not doing your own content, not supporting yourself is kind of shooting yourself in the foot. You're losing out on opportunity cost of other people finding you. And it's kind of, I don't think hypocritical is the right word. It's a little harsh for it, but it is kind of hypocritical for me to say video saves all of these different problems. It builds you up, makes you better, and then not have video how I should have it.
Yeah.
So it has been a new game of trying to focus on implementing for ourselves while still facilitating for our clients and doing every other bucket we need to focus on. So that's been the
let me
recent
ask
portion.
you this. Is there any tips or techniques that you've implemented to hold yourself accountable or to make sure that you're doing that?
It is the portion of collaboration to an extent, right? So telling others, look out for this. This is what I'm doing. Because I don't want to look silly. I don't want to say, oh yeah, I'm posting once a day. And then a week goes by, I don't post. And Trish comes up to me and goes, hey, Tyler, look at this blank feed you have here.
Yeah.
So definitely the community aspect, again, tying back into what we've been talking about here is we're under the same roof. We see each other all the time. If I tell you guys I'm doing this, I know you guys care enough to remember and say, oh, how's that going? And if my answer is, oh, well, I got busy, we all know that's crap. I can find time. So just having that in the back burner has helped a lot.
Yeah. Do you put it on your calendar? That's one thing that helps me if I put it on my calendar.
Yeah.
No, I haven't, but I like it.
Try it.
I like
we'll
it.
see.
Okay.
What I think is neat is because you get to maybe try out some cool ideas you could use on your clients, on yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
As one of your clients, I go, I like that. Like you did a little film reel. Like I like that film reel. Maybe we'll use it on one of Hole in the Walls stuff, and then you can demonstrate. Because a big thing is we say video. Like Bill and I talk. Well, we need video, and I just bought cameras for the studio. And we got video. What is video, right? I mean,
Yeah.
What are you using the video for? Is it going to be on your website? Is it going to be social media? Well, if it's social media, there's a whole slew of different types of videos.
Right.
You want to have like a YouTube, podcast that's going to be in, landscape mode and widescreen, and you want to have nice lighting, or is it a reel that needs to be, in the portrait,
right.
setting, and is it going to be off the cuff? Are you scripted, or is it going to be, something that's really dialed in? There's so much to do, and my brain, I'm like, I don't want to do it. I need to do it. I keep telling Bill we're no longer in drywall. We're now a production company that does drywall.
Yeah,
because we're just a technology company. Because everything we do is based on technology, and the franchise has got a lot of technology into it. So what are the things you would say as to a small business guy? You want to do video. What are some tips that you would tell? How would you walk them through that process?
Yeah, my biggest one that I try to really cement for those that are starting out is do it smart. And what that means is don't just make video that's going to sell for you, because no one wants to watch a video that says how great you are, right? Make video that's going to solve problems for you. So if you're answering the same questions over and over, if you're doing onboarding for new clients, onboarding for new employees, if you're focusing on similar repetitive tasks, make videos for that. Naturally, you're going to get snippets of that video that you can cut out, or even the whole video that you can then use for your promotions. People love to see the insights. People love to understand things. One video I just made was the difference between video strategy and videography. They're two similar items, but very distinctly different. That's a great social media post for me, but I made it because it's an FAQ on the homepage of my website. So now it's plastered right on the homepage of my website. People come there, that answers that question and kind of puts them in the mindset before they talk to me, and I get to use it on social media. It's a win-win. I'm not just making video that solves one problem. I'm making video that can go to multiple aspects, and that really helps when you don't have time to make video for everything, because you'll save time in the long run.
And one of the things that we did, that you did for us when we initially started video, is you recorded a ton of content. For our very first video, you were in the truck for a day. We did stuff, in the studio. And we're still drawing on that footage. As a business owner, I love it. I don't want to have to archive it and store it. That's why I've got you that you store it. And I need a shot of someone mixing drywall. Well, I got a shot over here. We can grab it in. And I find myself, when I'm taking pictures or videos, I'm now thinking, ooh, this is going to be, I'm going to give this to Tyler. He might be able to tie into a new thing. I want to document, the new training facility. So I've got some random pictures of that, throw some music to it, And the other thing is that I always think video needs to be like long form sometimes. And I watch a lot of podcasts. Those things can be hours long sometimes. But I find myself, when I want to research something, I'm looking for the shortest video. And that's where those shorts so you've got shorts, reels, and there's another one. What's Instagram's? Reels?
Facebook I think is Reels. TikTok is TikToks.
Yeah. So I think it's stories, reels, shorts, and TikToks.
Yep.
Yeah. But they're all a little different. They all take a little bit of.
But then, like
audience.
YouTube, not the shorts, but the long ones. Now they have a set where you can break up the video by different topics, and it's super simple to do. I forgot the
chapters.
Chapters.
Yeah. And so as you're searching, like if you get really good at defining the chapters and breaking up your videos, you can, when you're searching through YouTube, right, you'll get a hit just on that chapter.
Well, it goes even further, because when you're searching through Google, it pulls from YouTube, because they're both obviously owned by the same company. They're both search engines. And then you click the link on it, and it pulls you directly from the homepage of Google to the that portion of that chapter in that video.
Yep.
It's super helpful.
Yep.
Adds the in and out marks for you. End of recommendation.
Yeah. And I love that. Okay. I don't have to watch through an entire video when I'm only looking for this one, this one little part. So.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. And so what else you got going on? Anything new and improved? I know you landed a new client. That's fun. I got excited about that. I know he's also talking to you about a couple of things. Excited about that.
Yeah. And there's other top secret stuff I can't talk about.
Yeah.
Maybe some other time.
We're going to have you back on to do some top secret edition, so we can spill the tea on those things for sure.
Yep.
I'm glad we got a chance to do this. All right. Well, that's another podcast. We did that. 25 minutes.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. We'd like to thank you for listening to the Hole in the Wall Business Podcast with Bill and James. We'd love for you to join our Facebook group and keep the conversation going. If you'd like to learn more about us and our business, check us out at holeinthewall.com. If you'd like to learn more about how to start a Hole in the Wall franchise, go to holeinthewallfranchising.com.